And as promised in the first hour here on Morning Live, it's going to be focused on the Rugby World Cup and one specific winner in particular. Owner of 15 Springbok caps, a career spanning 2 decades, and a prestigious World Cup winners medal, Schalk Brits will celebrate his 39th birthday this Saturday. He says it'll be a different type of celebration at his home in Stellenbosch. I chatted to him on Skype.
When you retired last year, you told Simon Borchardt and a lot of the media writers, a lot of the rugby writers, that now you've got a real 9-to-5 job that you were going to be starting on the 13th of January. Well, fast forward 3 months, and this is not the kind of 9-to-5 job that you were expecting, was it?
Definitely not. One thing, you must be careful what you wish for, I would say. I just said I would just want to sleep in my own bed, spend time with the family. Now... This year, I couldn't spend enough time with the family. It's I've got 3 boys, aged 8, 6, and 4, and they are extremely busy. But of course, you can't go anywhere. You've only got your playground in the back, and that's about it. We're very fortunate to have it. But the point is, these boys want action. They want to burn energy. So it's been.
So how have you been keeping them busy during lockdown?
A lot of wrestling. I think the contact that I'm not getting anymore through rugby, I've been getting with the boys, and they love to wrestle. It keeps you busy. After 15 minutes, I've got a much higher heart rate than I ever had during a rugby match.
Are you planning on ploughing back into South African rugby in any way? Have SA Rugby approached you to get you involved in the structures at all?
Not currently. For me, it's actually trying to find. Luckily, I get my fix from helping community, feeling that you can add value through Laureus. From a rugby perspective, I'm in communication with a lot of the players and still with some of the coaches. But for the time being, it's quite difficult. My aim is now to try to add value to my work environment. So that makes it quite tricky to first settle. Remgro has given me an unbelievable opportunity to grow and learn, and they've treated me unbelievably well. So I first need to graft there, and then if there's time in the future, I would love to share my learnings.
You mentioned Laureus, you are one of their ambassadors. Laureus have put together this treasure box initiative where they've taken a couple of the different programs that they work with to help provide some children with extracurricular activities, what would be extracurricular physical activities online. You want to tell us a little bit more about the treasure box?
Yeah, it's Laureus in general, or this is now quite a while ago. I mean, from Nelson Mandela, he was a great believer that sport can change the world. And I actually saw this with the 2019 World Cup, coming back to South Africa and seeing the unbelievable love people had for the Springboks, irrelevant of how the team looked, irrelevant. They just supported the Springboks. And it was for me going on the... Sorry, I'm off the point now, but it was just... I can see how activity, how can sport, how can just being active change your lifestyle, from mental health to physical health.
What did it feel like to beat other world teams like Liverpool Football Club, like the USA women's football team, like the Formula One team Mercedes, and actually win the Laureus World Team of the Year? Quite different to winning the Rugby World Cup, where it's just in the rugby fraternity. This was a global award.
Yeah, it was pretty special, I must say. They've got, I think that the 25th of May, they celebrate their 20th year anniversary. But to go to Germany, fly over there, and then not compete, but meet all these unbelievable stars was an eye-opener. Lewis Hamilton was one of and sometimes you shouldn't judge a cover by the book by the cover, but that was one of the cases. The guy was so unbelievable humble and just a gentleman. And for me, it was meeting all these sports stars that you see on TV was fantastic. And then as a team, the Springboks winning the Laureus Awards for Team of the Year was something really special. And then for Jan Rupert to give us the award was even more special. A South African handing it over to another South African.
What did you say to Rassie after winning that World Cup? Was there something special that you said to him in particular, just considering your story?
There was nothing. I didn't need to say anything. I just gave the coach and a friend a massive hug and just said thank you. I mean, it's to bring myself back out of retirement at the age of 38 and the amount of grief he got, and not just Rassie himself, but the coaching squad, and with rightfully people doubted that and questioned why he brought me back. From my perspective, it was an unbelievable memory I've made. It was an unbelievable time. But I had to say thank you to, firstly, my wife and my kids for making the sacrifice, as being away from home. I only slept 15 days and 8 months at home. So they made a massive sacrifice. And then Johan Rupert and Remco extending my, my career. From their perspective, if they said, no, I have to come back to work, then I didn't have a choice. Or I did have a choice, but I wouldn't have played more. And then Cambridge as well, giving me a year's extension of studying. So everything fell in place. But from Rassie's perspective, he put faith in me. I had to perform. And then from the players' perspective, they made it easy. It's not easy embracing a 38-year-old when you're 20, 21 and you compete daily. So for me, it's always to earn respect from your teammates and then just have fun.
So we come to the end of your sports here on Morning Live. I'll see you again tomorrow morning.